Hey guys, what's going on? I'm John Malecki, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how in less than 5 minutes, you can make your hand planes razor sharp. Check it out. So I'm typically only using 2 stones. I have a diamond stone and a Shapton glass stone. This stone's 1600 grit, and this diamond stone I think is their fine and super fine or something like that. What you first want to do is wet your stone and flatten your glass stone. I use what's called HoneRite, but you can also use water. Keep some rags nearby. Wipe off the stone as you're going. Once you can't see any variations in the stone, you're pretty much flat. You want to do this before every time you sharpen. We're going to do the block plane first. I always start off with the back. You're going to want to make sure that the back is extremely flat, and I do that just by putting some pressure on the front of the stone, holding it on both sides, and making a swirling motion. Keep a rag nearby, and it doesn't need much. What you can start to see is it's starting to scratch around the outsides. What that means is that you don't have to worry about the center here. So as you can see, it's starting to scratch around the outsides, which is good. Hollow ground chisels or planer blades, which this isn't, but like a Japanese blade, has a hollow grind in there, and all you need to do is flatten the outside. So basically all you need to do is flatten the parts that are touching the frog on the plane. You know you're getting pretty flat once you can feel some suction. So you can feel that suction nice and flat. A little trick you can try is on the outsides and the front, put some marker on the parts you want to see are flat. You can see, and once you go back, those pieces will come out. I then move on to using a jig to get my angle. This is an affordably much cheaper jig that I had for a while. I didn't like how small the roller was. It's a tendency to wobble on the stone. So I actually purchased the Veritas kit, and I'll have links down below for both of these, but I highly recommend definitely buying one. Saves you a ton of time and effort. Here I'll be using the jig at the 25-degree angle. It's super simple to set up. Slide the planer blade into the jig, and it stops it where I want it. There's some knobs on the front. Tighten it down and loosen up the measurement. Slide it right off. I spritz it with some more HoneRite, and I get to work on the front bevel. You can start to see here a secondary bevel will start to happen on the front. What you're looking for is a slight burr on the bottom, and I've already got that. I then move over to my glass stone, spray that with some HoneRite, and I work the same thing. Now this process doesn't take very long, and you don't need to apply much pressure. I just hold it like you can see here, and just apply even pressure across the whole front of the blade. What you'll start to see is a much finer tip coming onto the front. Wipe down the stone and continue. After about a minute or two, you'll be able to see a nice shiny front edge and feel a slight bevel, or excuse me, a slight burr on the bottom. For this part, this is why I didn't already shine up the back on the 1600. I use what's called the ruler trick, a little bit more of the HoneRite, and then this is just a nice thin engineering ruler. I place it on the far edge, hold my plane back on that, my plane iron, excuse me, and then I just go back and forth on that bottom edge. What I'm doing here is creating a secondary bevel, and that secondary bevel is all that will need sharpened moving forward. And I do this on all my planes. You can only do this on planes, so don't use this on your chisels. And I also got this trick from Rob Cosman, who got this trick from somebody else. I will link in the description to his video where I learned this. You'll see the back of the plane, the nice shiny micro bevel, or excuse me, micro bevel on that front edge, and a little burr once backwards off the plane, and we're trimming arm hair. So that's what you're looking for. I then use a leather strop just a few times with the direction of the plane on the rough side and on the opposite. And we are ready to roll. See how nice. What you're looking for is that mirror finish. And I mean, that's a wrap. You get some paper thin shavings. Beautiful on this. And this is just a piece of pine. Oop, that's a knot. Right out of the center. Beautiful plane. Probably one of my favorites is this low angle block from WOODRIVER. All right, so you're probably thinking that's way more than 5 minutes, but it really isn't. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you in real time how fast I go from a blade out of the box onto being nice and sharp and ready to use for work. You can see I have a little timer on my cell phone here, and that's running in real time. As I'm doing this, I stop it right before I put the plane back into my, right back into the planer. So here we go. Paper thin shavings, under 5 minutes. That's what we're looking for, right? So after years of struggling to get my planes sharp to where I wanted them, to where I could actually like shave with them, I finally derived this method based on a couple people out there on the internet and a couple articles that I've read, and it's been working really, really well for me. As you can see from the video, I was getting some paper thin shavings on multiple planes on this piece of pine, and it works great for hardwoods as well. If you're interested in any of the products listed in this video, I've left links down below for you guys to check those out there. Also, if you guys want some more information, I'll have a detailed walkthrough on my blog at johnmalecki.com, and you can check that out in the link down in the description. I want to thank Woodcraft for sponsoring this video. Woodcraft makes and produces the WOODRIVER line of chisels and planes. They're much more affordable than the extremely high-end planes that you see a lot of the pros using out there, and they're a much higher standard than the low level, so they're a great price right in the middle for anybody that's trying to get better without diving into planes that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So check them out. I got links down below to all of their stuff that I'm using in this video, as well as the things that I have in my shop. I've also got merchandise available. You guys can check that out at my website, johnmalecki.com. www.woodriver.com/shop. Hoodies, t-shirts, baseball shirts, mugs, just a bunch of cool stuff on there. If you want to support my channel, head on over there, snag something up, and go punch it in the face. Thank you guys one more time for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.